From my experience, I really think that what holds people back in Philly is ego, and not wanting to work together. Like, for some reason, people in Philly feel like they have to gatekeep, or they need to just keep everything to themselves. And if you look at, a lot of successful people,
Right.
they bring people in and they share, and they bring people in to do things that they cannot do. They don't sit there in front and fake.
Right. Hip-hop started from the slums of the Bronx, New York. I fell in love with breakbeats, the techniques, b-boying, MCing, crushing whoever was in front of you. It was groovy. You knew how it was. It's true, it's hip-hop. It's only one source to get it. It's I Do It For Hip Hop Podcast. Subscribe, Google Play, iTunes, and DJ Bugsy 215 SoundCloud. It's all about the hip hop. Keep it hip hop. It's your boy DJ Bugsy, Do It For Hip Hop Podcast. I had my second guest. This is episode 109. This woman needs really no introduction for working with artists like Diddy, Gilly the Kid, Wallow, Glenn Lewis. Back Rough House, Lauryn Hill, the Fugees, Crisscross. Need I say more? It's the one and only Giovanni.
Yeah.
Yo, you funny as hell, yo. So, first of all, let me just give y'all just a little background on Giovanni before I let her talk and do her ones and twos. Because I met Giovanni some years ago, and she had artists come on my platform, and we built a friendship. And she's always been a real one. She's always reached out, yo, Bugs, you should come here. Bugsy, I need you on this. Bugsy, I need you on that. Unlike a lot of y'all other weird-ass niggas in Philly, she's always showing love. So I just want to put that out there, because I'm not one of them dudes that's going to hold no chase. I'm going to straight tell you how it is. Right. This woman is genuine. She don't give no, picks and favoritism and, I need this guy. And no, she's straight like, Bugs, I need you on that. So I just want you to give you your flowers for that.
I appreciate that. I really do.
For sure. Because there's some weird people out here.
There's a lot of weird people out here.
You want to start with weird people?
We can start with weird people. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So first of all, I want to know from you, because you are the epitome of a Sylvia Rome, like someone on that level when it comes to talking about artists and how to move artists and how to market artists and different things like that. So I want to know from you, what is holding Philly back when it pertains to talent reaching mainstream? And there's so many gaps in between, from P&B Rock to Meek Mill to Little Uzi Vert to now we got Rocky. It looks promising for her, and you actually worked with her. What's your thoughts on what's keeping Philly back and they're not reaching the next level?
Well, before I start, shout out to Rocky, my favorite hustler. Like, I really love her. But from my experience, I really think that what holds people back in Philly is ego, and not wanting to work together. Like, for some reason, people in Philly feel like they have to gatekeep, or they need to just keep everything to themselves. And if you look at, a lot of successful people, right, they bring people in and they share, and they bring people in to do things that they cannot do. They don't sit there in front and fake.
Right.
Because a lot of y'all front and fake because y'all call me for help. And then when we see on social media, I don't get mentioned ever. But that's cool. But I'm just saying,
right,
that's just the Philly vibe. I don't know what it is, but
you don't get tagged. You don't get...
No. And to be honest, I started, I cared in the beginning, but now 18 years in,
right, I
don't, because when I see you, you have to, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it doesn't bother me anymore, because as long as you know that I know that you know, then it's cool. I'm good with it.
You don't have to publicly.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because they know.
Right.
So that's why I think that, my reputation has been such protected all this time, is because of the amount of people that I did help without wanting credit or whatever the case may be. So when my name does come up, usually it's really, really good things, because people just know, if I call Gio, she's going to help me. She ain't going to ask me for money. She not going, she going to think about that second and really just try to help me. So I appreciate it.
So talk about that. Talk about people that you help just on the strength versus having a contract and money? Like, with certain people, do you feel like, oh, we're going to get this on paper, or you going to do this versus a favor?
I have to be invested. Like, I have to have interest for me to want to be dealing with you long term.
Okay.
And even with my long term contracts, I never before this year ever put people on contracts for more than 6 months. You have to renew it after 6 months because I may just be tired of you after 6 months. So I never put myself in that position as to where I have to be locked into something that I don't want to be locked in. Right. And the only way I'm putting it on paper is if I have interest first. Like, that's it. So I would rather just give you an alley-oop and not deal with you before before I have to deal with you every day.
Okay, and I feel like that's very smart. But Can you talk about a short-term contract or a contract period that went bad to the point where you wasn't talking to them ever, and was it ever a time where they kind of like shared stuff on social media to make you be who you not versus who you are? Has that ever came a time when that happened?
Only time I really had an issue with somebody sharing something about who I am was when I bought the basketball team. Right.
Okay.
Before in entertainment, I think that my reputation is pretty solid. Like, people don't really cross me too much. But when I bought the basketball team, there was a whole nother thing. That was a whole nother world that I didn't have as much experience in. So I don't think I made all the right decisions, but the decisions that I did make, I'm standing on them. So,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So a lot of players were upset sometimes when I made certain decisions. And, it was a point at one time when I wasn't happy with anything that was going on. And I went upstairs after a game and told everybody to get the F out. Coaches, players, everything. So that didn't really receive like a whole lot of goodness. Right. But that's what I felt. Like, it was getting to the point where things were getting out of my control, and the only way for me to control it was to get rid of everybody. I didn't want to figure out what the problem was anymore. I just needed just a clean slate in the middle of the season, and that's what I did.
So those doors has been closed since then. Or are you still the owner?
No, I'm still the owner. Yeah, we starting back the season November.
Really?
Yep.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. It's our 4th season.
It is? Mm-hmm. Congratulations on that.
Yep.
So are you a big sports person?
I'm a basketball person.
Really?
Not sports, but basketball. Yeah, I come from a basketball family. My dad played professional basketball. My mom went to school on a college scholarship playing basketball. My brother played basketball. Everybody played basketball.
So who's your father?
His name is Ronnie Thompson. He played overseas.
Okay.
That's how
he got my name, so that's cool.
That's how I was born in France because he was playing overseas.
You was born in France?
Mm-hmm. Yep, in Montbrison.
So you speak French?
I can, but don't ask me, please. Please don't, because I don't want to do that.
Damn. Yeah. That shit crazy, yo. I never would have thought it.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
from France.
what? So if you seen your folks heavy in sports, what made you go into the music business?
I just didn't have any interest in that type of way.
Okay.
The music business just came upon out of a lot of series of a lot of events. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. It's just something that it was just a part of the journey. Like, I started off in New York as a model. I had a baby. I ended up kind of just using them contacts and going into styling. Mm-hmm. And then I got the job at Rough House for styling initially.
Oh, really?
For Glenn Lewis. That's what I got hired to do, his tour and all of that stuff. The album, all of that stuff. I got hired as an image consultant first. Yeah. Wow. So I was just going up there every day, and everybody just loved me. Mm-hmm. And I started, dealing with artists a little bit. Yeah, I started dealing with artists a little bit, and I was bringing people up there, and they was just like, one day they was just like, yo, why don't you try being a junior A&R? Like, you kind of got it a little bit.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, let me just try it. And that's how it happened.
So let's talk about A&Rs and talk about artist development, because I definitely think artist development is missing.
It's missing
in our game.
It's horrible. It's non-existent. And I don't even know how they feel like that they can just continue like this, because it's really like, I go to these shows with these popular kids and this and that, and it's just like what's going on stage is just like ridiculous.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. So what do you think, from your perspective, since you got 18 years in, why did they pull all this artist development? and A&R? Like, why did they downgrade? Why did they?
I think strictly budgeting. And when one person got lit off of getting a kid off of YouTube,
Right.
then they just started thinking that they needed to take away the foundation, and I just don't agree with that.
Okay.
And I just feel like when the kids were just, they, started, basically they're just picking people off TikTok, so they already have the built-in following and all that stuff, which was
Right.
a lot of stuff that we did, like with the PR, the marketing and all that you did to build up artists back in the day. So it kind of cut the job in half, and I just feel like that they was just like, oh, we don't need you. So now it's just a bunch of artists with their uncles and their cousins that's around them, and the label is just like, battling them and just getting in where they finna kind of thing. And it's just, I don't know. It's just a lost art, and I don't think that it was the right thing to do, because I think that it kind of like just offended the true artistry. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
It just offended just the history of it. It's just like, now it's just so watered down.
Right.
And before, it was such an accomplishment for you to walk into a label, get signed, and all of that stuff, and just all the workings of all of those things, and just what it built for you, just even as a person, your self-esteem, just all of those things. Like, it was just like people were, as a kid, they were looking on TV and wanting to be that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily if it's that same type of vibe right now. It's almost like where kids don't even value the work that it takes to do it.
They just think it's going to become quick. Everything is microwavable.
Everything is microwavable, and nothing about the microwave is good.
Nothing. Yo, she like a professor with this shit, man.
Yes, for all the colleges that are watching, I do need a curriculum at one point. But yeah.
Or you want to do that? You want to teach it?
Yeah, no, I definitely would want to teach it at some point.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm there yet, but I feel like I'm gearing myself to. Yeah. So, holla at me.
Speaking of college, a lot of college kids, and we're going to talk about Angel Reese. She gets a lot of NIL deals, and I want to know from your perspective, what kind of deal you equate that to the music industry? What deals can artists get that's kind of similar to that?
I think that artists need to, at Geo Global,
let's talk about
plug. We build triple threats. So when you come in as an artist, we are going to find out what else that you can do, so that we can pull in other resources from that. So say one person, they are an artist, but we're going to get them into hosting, we're going to get them into acting. So we're basically creating 3 bridges to the one goal. So with that, it comes to you opening up the door for different partnerships with different people. You know what I mean? Because the music situation is so saturated. There may be a better opportunity for you as an actor. And that happened.
All the time. Look at Joey Badass.
Right. And look at my old client, Sky Black. He's now a huge actor, but he was an artist. He did not want to give up on that dream. He did not care if he was, he did not care. He felt like that he was supposed to be a singer, and an amazing singer he is. He started off dancing with Beyonce, Rihanna, Mariah Carey. That's when I got him. And he moved. He actually lived with me.
He did?
And he recorded his album. Yes, he lived with me.
At your house? Y'all had like a recording
No,
studio?
we partnered with a producer named Ben Ford, who had like an artist house type of thing. So you could like stay there and different things like that. And we recorded his album. And he lived with me for like 6 or 7 months.
Wow. And he still had to pay you for you doing what you're doing?
He was signed to me, so that was different.
Right.
It wasn't like a brand management PR. He was like, I was his manager. Like, we was in the trenches together. Yeah.
Okay.
And he got an audition. Can't remember what it was for, but
he's been rocking ever since.
And he is a movie star at this point. I mean, I'm super proud of him. He is really hitting his goals. Motion pictures on every Tyler Perry thing, or he's amazing. So, but that's just what I'm saying. We had to pivot. Sometimes you have to pivot, or just open up your mind to different things to get you to the goal. So now, if he wanted to put out an album, he totally could, because he has the money to pay for it, and he has everybody's ear. But he's not going to do that. But you know what I'm saying. So it works like that sometimes.
Right. Do you ever just consult and get paid to consult?
Yes.
So if an artist call you and they need advice,
managers call me all the time, and
really?
I have learned to, yeah, bro, you have to pay me this per hour. I'm not going to talk to you after 7-8 minutes, and I'm gonna hang up. And you can send me a cash app, and then I'll pick the phone back up. That's how it's gonna work. No, because people will wear you out. And before, I just was in a space where I just wanted to help. Now I don't.
Right.
It's not that I don't want to help, but I have to just protect what it is that it took me so long to get. You know what I mean? Like, just like you said, I'm giving professor vibes. So you got to pay for the professor. You got to.
Yo, you crazy,
like,
Jay.
You just have to. But no, managers call me all the time, and I love them, but they don't listen.
Right.
Anyway, but whatever. Yeah.
Now let's talk about relationships, because I want to know how you managed all this, G, because I know we talk behind the scenes and you talk about how you make an emphasis if someone break up with you, how you just kind of like shove it in their face on purpose. So I want you to talk about like that. Is that just you, or that like tell me about like relationships and how have some of the men you dealt with been jealous of your success, and how have you navigated that?
And I'm talking separate and apart from the relationship that I'm in right now, but men, it kind of sucks because men, they admire the hustle, they admire the ambition, but then when they get in it and they see what it takes, then it's like either they don't want to deal with it, or the admiration turns into competition. So it's like, oh, you did this. Oh, I did this today. Right. Oh, you did this. You did this today. And it's like, for me, being in a male-dominated industry, I don't want to come and take all this off and then still have to battle a nigga. Like, I'm not trying to do that. Like, right. I'm at niggas' throats all day long. I don't want to really do that in my relationship. So it's very hard for men to really, like, see me as that.
Okay.
Because I am such a beast, so they're automatically thinking in their mind that I'm going to be like that in a relationship.
Right.
So I think that that's why a lot of men are very skeptical to approach me sometimes. And then, people just, social media just makes people think that you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs all day. And I'm just not. And on top of that, I'm a mother. So it's like,
right.
You know what I mean? So the admiration turns into competition all the time, majority of the time.
And that's why you had breakups for the most part.
Yeah, or just not even, we don't even get to the breakup, but we're just where I'm just not in a space where I am, feeling like I can be in a relationship with this person or whatever.
Okay.
So
y'all kind of like grow apart.
Yeah, and it's just like, bro, I'm not about to be battling you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I kind of feel like guys, like in my mindset, I think that I'm like so decent, right? So if I'm your girl.
I think she's decent.
Right. So if I'm your girl, I would feel like that you would be like, have like a little bit of pride about it or whatever. But a lot of times they really try to dim you. They try to shut that thing off and they try to just push it to the max to see like if you're really who you say you are. And so that's where it really gets like crazy. Cause I would think like, I would be like, yo, yeah, Gio's my girl. Like, hell no. I have yet for any of you niggas to post me on your social media. I have yet for any of you niggas to ever take me out on Valentine's Day. I have yet for any of that stuff.
Really?
I'm serious. And people, I'm so serious.
But not the new situation.
No comment. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, I'm just serious though, and I feel like it's a gift and a curse. It's like guys do not.
My heart is hurting.
Yeah, you would. And
I can't believe it. It's
so
like,
many guys are always like, "You have to be married." No, I'm not. I go through hell with these men.
Right.
The situation that I'm in now is a lot better because I've known him for a very long time. So he knows me, but he still doesn't know how to handle me. Like, he doesn't know how to handle it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a difference between somebody being your friend. Not a battle, but it's just not necessarily having knowing what to do or how to, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm back outside. So when coming back outside, a lot of stuff comes with that. So it's just like, I want him to be, right there. But he don't want to be right there. So it's like Yeah. So it's hard, but I'm hoping,
Right.
you know, I'm not getting any younger.
Right.
So hopefully I'll be walking down the aisle one day. I don't know.
You still have that dream?
I do. I really, really do. I want to be a wife, like totally.
Okay.
I want to be a wife because I'm a natural helper.
Right.
And I like I have a lot of examples around me of husband and wives that have built empires. You know what I'm saying? That have built, like, even my parents, even though they got a divorce, before they got a divorce, they built an empire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to be able to do that with my husband, but hopefully, we'll see.
We'll see. I don't understand y'all dudes, man. No, I mean, I don't. I really don't. But I can't talk because it's not like I'm married. But at the same time, I'm looking at G like, what's really good? Like, why
I don't know. I'm starting to think that it's me, but I really am trying. And you know what I had to learn, though? I had to learn how to turn it off. Before, I didn't know how to turn it off in my younger years, but now in my late 30s, I know how to turn it off. So when I'm in the presence of my significant other, I am not Gio, I am Giovanni.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, I had to learn that. So all those past relationships, that could be probably a little bit a part of the reason, because I didn't know how to turn the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Right. But now I do. So hopefully, we'll see.
So what's the ideal date for you? Because a lot of guys don't know how to court and date.
I mean, courting and dating is just ridiculous. Like, at this point, like, and again, this has nothing to do with the relationship I am, but guys have reached out to me to go out on dates. At this point, I don't want to go out on a date. I don't want to go to dinner with you. Like, you have to go beyond that. I don't want to go to dinner with you. So I just want to put that out there. I do not want to go to dinner with you unless we are in another state. Okay. And you've gone above and beyond, because I'm just not there anymore. Because I've just been worn out with that. So, like, think of something else than just that.
Right.
So, I like that.
Maybe skydiving.
Right. I like to have fun.
A
like
boat.
Yeah, boat, go-karting, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, something, but I don't want to go to dinner with y'all. So let me just put that out there.
Okay.
I can feed myself. I don't need you to feed me. I don't need a free meal. I need an experience, okay? So the only way we having a dinner is if it's on a plane or in another state.
Okay.
At this point.
Okay. Yeah. Make a lot of sense. Y'all better step the game up, bro.
That's what it is. Step the game up. Jesus. I always say, I just want to be back in the day. Back in the day, the men.
Back in the day.
Oh, you like to eat? I'm going to buy you a restaurant. Oh, you do hair? I'm buying you a salon. Oh, you do this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Back in the day, they knew what was going on, but here we are. And again, this has nothing to do
with
but current. I'm just saying this is just
overall in general.
Overall, men need to step their game up. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, men need to step their game up. It's just like, men think they're the prize now, and I don't even understand that.
Yeah,
You're not the prize. Let me put that out there. Let me look into the camera. Men, you are not the prize. I am, okay?
That's a fact.
That's it. So until you realize that, then good luck. I don't know.
Right.
Because I'm not about to wrap you up and put no bow on you. I'm going to tell you that now, okay?
Now, this is going back to the music business. A lot of artists that I've came across with or been on this platform say there's too many people that's stuck in the same position for a long time in the city, and they're not helping the culture move.
All of y'all. And I would love to name names. Like, y'all got to stop.
Right.
You got to stop.
Right.
That's just it. Because you're not even helping. You're not even advancing. Like, if it's a money grab, I mean, you've been grabbing money for 20 plus years. Like, let it go.
Right.
Because I'm just waiting for somebody to take one of these people out. And maybe that's a part of my mission.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it is. I really think it is, because you're not helping. You're not helping the city. It's stagnated. Like, if you go to Atlanta, everybody. New York, everybody. Memphis, everybody. Right. You come
Houston,
to Philly, yes.
L.A.
It's all these little different pockets of just weird stuff. I'm just done with it.
Yo, man.
I'm just super done with it.
Right.
I am.
Right.
So therefore, me, like, I just got back into music.
Yeah, because you was off for like 5 years, right? Yeah, I was off
almost 5 years. Yeah, so.
You just signed a new artist too.
I did. Legendary.
Okay,
I just
shout out
signed
to
her.
her.
Yes, it's a girl.
Girl, oh my
Yeah,
bad. My
she's
bad.
a TikTok star, so
Right.
we are, just in the process. Her single drops on the 17th.
Okay.
Already has like crazy amount of rotation
Traction.
on TikTok.
Okay.
So yeah, we good. We about to
moving.
light it up. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're good. But I just came back into the game. I'm not asking anybody anything. You know what I'm saying? So
Because you already know what to do.
yeah, and I'm not
Right.
yeah, I'm not dealing with the gatekeepers.
You doing your own thing.
I'm doing
You
my
don't
own
need
thing.
them.
I really don't. I don't need
But why
'em.
do you feel like artists feel like they need that?
They
like,
do. And every single time they call me and tell me that they need to go to a certain place, I tell them, no, you don't.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
Stop doing it. Okay? Stop doing it.
You don't need.
Stop giving him
You
your
don't
money.
need the gatekeepers.
Stop giving the gatekeepers
This is going.
your
Listen,
money.
this is going. I'm telling you, I'm dropping this gatekeeper conversation is going to be one clip, and it's
Stop
going
giving
out.
the gatekeepers your money. Okay.
All right.
You're better off seeking out some newer platforms like Radar, like,
Right.
this or that,
Right.
and putting your artistry there. Because the gatekeepers don't care. Because if they cared, they wouldn't take your money. Okay.
Let's stop that.
Yeah.
So talk about this show, yo. I'm super excited. April 23rd, it goes down.
I
The
know.
Med. I can't. When you listen, the first thing I said Ricky Rose. But then when I seen Chief Keef get added to the line, I said, how the fuck did she pull off the Godfather of
The
drill music?
Godfather of drill music.
That
I don't
shit
know.
crazy.
We just
How
needed
did-
like a little.
Yeah.
We just needed to. I want to bridge the gap.
Right.
So I just was like, who
Yeah.
who would be like
Yeah.
a stunner? Like,
Right.
who would be like, what the freak? Like, are you serious?
Yeah, because he
That's what I
don't
was
do
looking
shows like that.
So that's what I was looking for. I wanted that stunning thing. Like,
Was it
Gio.
another artist that you had mind outside of him that you thought could
Yeah,
be?
we talked to a lot of people. Ice Spice, a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ice Spice. 'Cause she is getting the bag. Okay,
Shout out to Ice Spice. She really is.
she is getting the bag. Go girl. Like,
Yeah, she killing it.
yeah.
And Lola Brooke too.
Lola Brooke too. Yeah,
Yeah.
her price went up. Her price is going up every week. And shout out to her. I've seen that she is like the #1 song.
Yeah. Her
Crazy.
shout out to Reef Music. He posted it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's our
crazy.
producer.
That's super, super crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
The girls is killing it.
Yeah.
The girls are killing it. The girls are killing it.
Females. Woman power.
I'm in support. That's why I did She Run the City. And I actually was going to have both of them on there.
Oh, you was?
Yeah,
Rocky
and-
and Lola?
No, I was going to have Lola and Ice Spice,
Spice.
and Rocky.
Damn.
And I went and actually, we
crazy.
sent the contract to Ice Spice.
Mm-hmm.
Within 3 days, the price had doubled, and I was like, I can't do it. 3 days. She was like, oh.
Yeah.
The manager was like, oh, can't do it no more.
Right.
This is it. And I'm just like, bro, I just
Right. Sent the
what are you talking
contract.
about?
Right.
We just agreed the other day. He was like, no, we got to go with.
Right.
I respect
And
it.
Lola
Not even
too?
mad. No, Lola, really, honestly, her management is like really solid, and they were really like responsive and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was believing in it, and they talked me out of it. This was in November,
Right.
so this was just like
Just
when it
before
was like,
yeah.
yeah, nobody. They was like, what? You wanna? Who's that? Like, da, da, da. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm telling you, it was her and Maya the Don.
Maya the Don.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they was like, no, don't get her. And I'm like, and now I see it. I'm just like, bro, I could have been the first person to bring her to the Philly.
Exactly.
So I ain't listening to nobody no more.
Now, Gio, I got a hip hop debate question, then we out of here.
Okay.
Jim Jones said that Pusha T doesn't deserve to be in the top 50 all-time list because he didn't trend, he didn't wear clothes. No one says, let me hear Pusha T. What's your thought? I thought that was absolute, and he thinks that NBA YoungBoy should be in the top 50 and not Pusha T.
Yeah, we gonna have to say yeah, only because see, I never even seen the list. Now,
The
what I
Billboard
will
list,
say,
right.
the clips belong into the top 50.
Okay. The group.
The group.
Duo. Right.
The group belongs into the top 50.
But not Pusha.
Not Pusha by itself. I'm not necessarily mad at that. Because, again, I got to see
NBA
who,
YoungBoy
NBA YoungBoy
should be in the top 50?
is a generate. You talking about he is the monster of his generation. So he will be, at
Right.
some point, he will transition to that person that we admire now. Like, let's say Hov, Drake, Wayne,
Right.
he's that mogul of the young boys. So he would have to,
Right.
I mean, when we going to let him in is what I'm saying.
Okay. I
The
see what
top
you're saying.
50 can't be dinosaurs the whole time. Like, you feel what I'm saying? We got to let some of them. I mean, he
Right.
would be that person.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like
Right.
anybody they're saying, oh, I need 1.5
Right.
to come outside. I mean, we gonna have to give him a little something.
Yeah.
Sometimes he wants 2 million to come outside. Yeah,
That
so
shit
we gonna have to
is
give
crazy.
him his up a little bit.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I respect that.
Yeah,
Shout out
that's
to
like-
NBA young boy.
Yeah,
I ain't
I mean-
hating, but
I mean, Pusha T is lyrical. I mean, he
He-
never like he had, to me, he doesn't miss the mark. But I'm saying, if we're gonna say for just, I don't know, right now, I kind of am with Jim Jones. Jim Jones,
Okay.
he didn't put himself in there, so I mean, I'm not. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So he was coming from a real place.
I
He wasn't
understand.
coming from
Shout out to
hateration.
Jim Jones, man. I fucks with the whole Dipset.
No,
Shout out to Harlem.
Dipset, my whole childhood. Like,
Right,
what?
right.
That 2 CD? That diplomatic
That
community?
community?
What? I just played it the other day. Just to get my vibe back.
Right,
like,
right, yeah.
It just puts me in a
the-
different.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
certain
Shout out to
albums.
Harlem. Shout out to Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron.
Jules Santana. I see y'all. You mean? But this is your boy DJ Bugsy. I appreciate you, Gio. Tell
No,
people how they can
thank
follow
you
you.
for having me.
How
You
they can go to the
follow
show,
me.
the tickets, the whole-
Listen, go to Eventbrite, go to bossfrequencies.com, or you can pull up on the 23rd, get your ticket at the door. We got
Right.
Rick Ross,
That's right.
Chief Keef,
That's
the
right.
Godfather in the building at the Met. Super excited. Doors open at 7, and you can always get updates on my page
Mm-hmm.
at Gioso Global on Instagram.
For sure. Well, there you have it. It's your boy DJ
Thank
Bugsy. You know what I mean? As always, make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow me, DJ Bugsy215, and keep it hip hop. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.